My grandfather was the best. He taught us how to shoot, ski, and told us stories from his childhood. He would always come over and babysit us when our parents wanted a break. We would gather around and listen to his stories from the old world, the games he used to play, the friends he had, how much he knew Grandma in heaven would love us. He was also a veteran. He told us stories from the time when he was overseas fighting the Nazis. He would show us his M1 Garand that saved his life at the Battle of the Bulge, and told us he used it to hunt monsters. As a kid, I would always think he meant actual monsters, like the ones under my bed or in my closet. But as the years went by, he got older, and I went off to school. My father was talking to him, and said maybe it's time for him to go into a home. He was much older now, and after his last hospital visit, he had to sometimes use a wheelchair. Grandpa told him no, that it wasn't safe there, and that was how they got you. Of course, we couldn't force him into a home, but we did take some precautions. We got him a lift to go up and down the stairs, and my dad gave me a special task. You see, back in the day, my grandfather made an exact replica of his M1 Garand and gave it to my dad. He told me that he was worried about Grandpa in his old age, and that the M1 might be a danger to him now. He told me to get it and replace it with that replica that he had from his own childhood. I swapped the rifles and put it in my room for safekeeping, knowing my grandfather was safe from accidental shootings. I looked at the rifle. It was old and worn, and it still had 2 ammo pouches on the back of it. As I looked through, I saw a letter. It was old and yellowed, and it read like this. Dear Clyde, I don't know how much longer this war will go on, but I know the Jerrys did something. Each night in the bunker, I hear growling, and I have a very real fear. I once saw something at the edge of my bunk. It was some sort of nightmare. A huge, hulking thing with the head of a wolf and the body of a man. Could the Jerrys we captured really have created a werewolf? I know Jim's translation was off, but those bastards were babbling about it non-stop. I don't know if this truly helped, but I melted down some of the silver we got off of that officer's quarters we raided, and dipped the tips of a few bullets in the stuff. I put 2 clips in your footlocker, just so you would have something in case this is real. Remember, these are for monsters, not the Jerrys. Stay safe, Sergeant Johnson. I eyed the note in wonder. I opened the ammo pouches, and sure enough, I found 1.5 clips of bullets, with tarnishing silver tips. I looked at the note again, and thought back to when he told me that he hunted monsters. I thought this might have been some old war tale, something the soldiers didn't know had the name PTSD, or post-traumatic stress disorder. The next morning, I got a call from my mom. She was frantic and screaming something about Grandpa. I rushed over to his house and found a trail of blood leading up the stairs, and my mom was crying hysterically. I told her to wait outside, and I ran up the stairs, following the trail. It ended in his bedroom. His body was slashed and cut up. He was clutching half of the replica rifle in his hand. The other half was on the floor by the bed. The wood was splintered, and the metal was bent and punctured, almost as if something with large claws had dug into it. My grandpa told us he hunted monsters, and now I think I believe he truly did. Hey there, listeners. Glitchteller here. I hope you enjoyed that story. I really actually had a lot of fun making that. But I do want to tell you about an exciting opportunity that you guys have. So, I recently made an audiobook. Now, it's not actually my work, so it's not like a short story or anything like that. It's an actual novel. And it's on Audacity right now. So I put a link in the description, and you guys can go check that out. It's called Heroes Aren't Born by Cody Voller. And it's me doing the narration for the entire thing. You know, I know that you guys like zombies. I know that you guys like horror. It's got all of that, plus the relationship of people who are trying their best to survive in an apocalypse. I personally love the book, and I hope you will too. So anyway, check down in the description, and I'll see you next time with another exciting story.